Here's a tweet that I posted at Chillmonger. Give me a follow. Check out this old 2011 ranking. T'Challa wouldn't be ranked so low today. Realize what the Black Panther 2018 film did and realize how meaningful representation elevates. See how he's 51, guys? Then notice how important it would be to have Storm be utilized properly in a top major role, people. She's number 42. I make a note that she was one of two superheroes in that top 50 with the skin tone that looks that way. Today, maybe they wouldn't have, because this was from 2011. Today, maybe it wouldn't be like that, but that's pretty atrocious. I want to really focus on realize how meaningful representation elevates. So it's not representation by attendance, it's when a whole movie budget goes to this dude here. He goes from number 51 to, I would imagine if IGN redid this, he'd be in the top 20. You guys want to take it back to the Alex Ross mural? Here's the Alex Ross mural. 35 superheroes who are worth featuring here. Black Panther, I see Storm right in the middle. And I see Sam Wilson as Falcon all the way over here. We've got 3 out of 35 characters. Some of them aren't human, okay? So we got Silver Surfer, we've got The Vision. Some of them are from outer space and whatnot. But we got 3 people with dark skin in the top 35 that were worth being featured here in a mural that is posted at the Marvel offices. Just realize who we're dealing with here. Like 35 superheroes worth talking about. Hey, Shang-Chi even made it. He was a late addition, but I'll include him. And by him being included, it shows me that Marvel, the whole company, cared enough about him, and they go, no, Alex, put him in there. We're going to be putting some respect on his name, and that's commendable. You notice Namor McKenzie over here towards the top left? That's right, I had to say his whole last name. This white man here called Namor McKenzie. See him there? I see him. I recognize Namor McKenzie over here. Casting, what's his name? Tenak Mo, the new guy who's playing him in Black Panther is temporary. It's sort of like my Black Kingpin video that I did. The race swaps don't really change anything. They can make Wolverine an Asian man in this new, upcoming movie. They could say that Jean Grey, man, you're gonna keep her with red hair, except she's gonna have like it dyed red, and she'll also be Asian. And Beast, well, Beast doesn't, whatever. He's all blue. You know what I mean? But they're gonna say Iceman is gonna be from Brazil because that's a poorly represented. They can say that Angel in the new movie definitely gonna switch that one up. Black Angel, he's gonna be from South Africa. We've got Cyclops, who you know what, he'll be a Canadian, and Cyclops will be. You get what I mean? Like we got an Arab Cyclops guy. They could do all of that, and it doesn't change that their top 35 looks like this because meaningful representation lasts. Black Panther will always be a black guy. They'll never say, yeah, in this next universe that we do, instead of Sam Wilson being black, how about an overrepresented group? Let's make him white. That'll never happen. We'll never have that thought process happen. Nightcrawler will always be this blue dude here from Germany. That's just the truth of the matter because he offers something that is unique from all the other guys from New York. Storm will always be a Kenyan. Meaningful representation elevates. So if this girl gets her own solo film, just like it happened with this guy, she goes from not just the top 35, she could be a top 10. I would even consider her right now. If we just look at the X-Men, yeah, Logan's number 1 in popularity. I would move over to Cyclops as number 2 and recognize Storm as number 3. Maybe Jean comes for that title, maybe. We know they've got some popular X-Men, not Beast or Iceman. Actually, where's Rogue? Rogue is pretty popular. We've got them popular X-Men, but we know that a meaningful role and would elevate this character. Meaningful representation elevates. Now let's jump over to the video I did about Kingpin talking about how the race swap was temporary. It got 21 likes on that video. And let's read what I wrote in the description. Want for more. Desire more representative franchises, increase the prominence of a villain with dark skin so that every Daredevil/Spider-Man appearance will use that villain. Make him top tier. Make it so that you can't tell the Spider-Man story without Kingpin or a dark-skinned character of that caliber. Because Kingpin made his appearances all over the place. Look at all these appearances here. Here's him in the 67 cartoon. Here's him in the 90s cartoon. This is him in the Ultimate Universe. This was in the Spider-Verse movie with Miles. This was him, Vincent D'Onofrio. This is a comic book today from the 616. This is Spider-Man and the Amazing Friends. This is from the video game of Spider-Man. Guys, Kingpin has so many appearances here. Yeah, for a brief stint, he looked like this in 2003. He was a dark-skinned man. Ooh, went too far. He was a dark-skinned man. Whoop-de-doo. This is like an everlasting white character. Let's get somebody dark-skinned there with a complexion that doesn't look like this. And if you don't have any of them, create them and then feature them in a movie, because we know what just happened with the Black Panther franchise. So I'll continue here. I said the 2003 ooh, this distracted me. LB made a video. The NBA won't schedule games on election day to get fans to vote. That sounds like a great idea. Yes, it is the right move. I'll watch that video in a minute, LB. In 2003, Kingpin experiment elevated 0 comic book characters who look like Michael Clark Duncan. The legend of Kingpin was told and raised in relevance, and then Vincent D'Onofrio picked up the baton. That's exactly what happened, folks. I don't celebrate these race swaps like Latino Namor. Yes, because Namor McKenzie will be a white guy again as soon as they make a new film universe. They'll go, oh, let's cast a Namor. Hey, how about somebody who looks like Namor? That'll happen. I say I raise concern that since the Latino box was checked, it is now less likely to be introduced to an always Mexican superhero. I live in reality. Folks, I'm going to use the Eternals as an example. Here's a film that was notorious for doing the race swaps. They've got Latina up here in the top. And did they feel the need to go, oh, let's represent more? No, they're like, check. Let's do Asian, check. Let's do, well, they had a plethora of white folks, but they went over here to get Gilgamesh, check. They got a Daisy superhero, check. Makari's light skin black. This guy is dark skin. Fastos, what's his name? Yeah, Fastos. My Brian Tyree Hilly, dark skin black. So if anything, they did something there, but they've got such different shades. Whatever. We'll give them 2 points for black, even though there's different shades. But this is more so like a visual appearance more than race, I guess. Kind of video. It gets sticky when you get into this topic, so whatever, man. I'm gonna talk myself into a hole. 2 for black. But you see how like there is actually a checkbox. You can visually see that this ethnicity was represented. Okay, enough. Now when we race swap Fastos, we'll do someone different. Now when we switch up Sprite, they didn't switch her race. Never mind. They made her female. It used to be a male because they got to represent females. So they'll check boxes, and when one is satisfied, that's enough. So making Latino Namor is probably going to come at the expense of getting actual Latino characters who IGN probably had outside of their top 100 comic book characters. I'll close out by reading these 97 comments. And of course, this guy with the account called Trump Wing kept on writing comments and replying under everybody. What we do with accounts like this is remove. Oh, my bad. Hide user from channel. That should eliminate every single one of those accounts. Comments. That guys, if you see accounts like this, Trump Wing, like just ignore it. That's pointless stupidity. Mads Mama Bear says that doesn't change that Michael Clark Duncan was the best thing about that movie, and still my favorite version of Kingpin. That has nothing to do with the point of the video, as he brought up something real and unique to the role, like his and I appreciate the comment, but his performance, how good he was. Chillmonger's not telling you black people can't be as good as white people. That's not the point of it. My point is that actual meaningful representation elevates. I said, yeah, I've been getting this comment a lot. I just don't care about the quality. My point is race swaps don't advance us. We are not, as a people, better off because somebody with dark skin played Kingpin, because Kingpin is always going to be Kingpin. And the level of Kingpin and the level of Spider-Man villains will always be a roster full of white guys. Yeah, it's because it was created in the 60s, but also we're in 2022, and that should be more colorful. I showed you the Marvel mural. Out of the 35 characters, we only had 3 with dark skin. That shouldn't be the case this far out. She says, if the movie had been successful and kicked off the MCU, who knows? She mentions Nick Fury's been black for about 20 years now. I can't see it going back. Except comic book wise, I recognize Nick Fury, the eye patch dude, the white guy who's with the Watcher. I recognize that as a legit Nick Fury. You don't see it going back. I don't see it as an advancement. I don't see it as we always look at the bald Nick Fury that looks like Sam Jackson whenever he comes up in a comic as, oh yeah, that's the alternate version. He's never been as important as the typical Nick Fury that we're used to. I don't see it going back. So is she saying that this will be a lasting casting? Lasting casting. And then here comes an account called Brie Larson. This actor is not white. The olive skinned from Italy and all the yada 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 yada. And she responds to the trashy, useless account. You guys don't ever do that. Don't get. And she's still, look, I'm Canadian too. I have Italian, but like she's getting mad at nobody. Like you got to realize the fake accounts, guys, when they come up. Brie Larson is getting booted. Hide user from channel. Just like Trimpwing. I thought I got rid of you, bro. I think I got to keep doing it. Flash by Night says, I feel like I'm getting an Italian history lesson. I don't hate it. As for Michael Clark Duncan, I don't need Kingpin to be black. But if he happens to be, that's definitely the guy. That's an empty, like, I don't care. All right, whoop-de-doo. Like, all right, you don't need Kingpin to be black. But if he happens to be, that's definitely the guy. Again, nothing to do with the point of my video. I'm talking about advancing. I'm talking about getting places. Yellow Spider Guy gets me. Give me 3 claps. That's right. I'll give you a heart. And yeah, whatever. Trinity. So you guys should all be subscribed to Second Street Marvel, quality entertainer. He says, so Pattinson will be gay. And he spells it that way because it's one of those words that demonetize you or whatnot. Their YouTube looked at unfavorably in the next Batman film, but not in the next iteration. Yeah, again, I'm talking skin color, not so much preference of who you turn off the lights with in your bedroom. Like that's really not the topic here. And I heard that rumor also, but I don't care to comment on it. James asked me for a Ms. Marvel and Wolverine review. I did do one. And then he says, minority. Don't say the word minority, people. Don't do that. Minority to who? Every race is a minority. There's no majority of race. I think China's the most populated Chinese people, I should say. Their race, and they got like 1 billion, and that's not the majority. Kelvin sounds right, except maybe it worked with Miles. I wouldn't consider Miles a race swap. He's a whole different being than Peter. My issues with Miles can get a whole nother video. And then Yellow Spider Guy wants smoke. He says, how did it work with Miles? There's never been a live action Miles Spider-Man. 4 laughters. See, first he's laughing and it's all horizontal. And then it goes to a 45 degrees tilt. That's how much laughter. And then here comes Trump wing again. Why are you? This account says multiverse cinema. Everything can change, but we know the truth. What kind of comics gate comment is that? Whoa, there's some undertones there. Armor starred. K. Dot says, preach. I did. Nerdette, Tristan said, very fair. When you got 10 replies. Oh, it's because I was going to say, like, oh, shit, Tristan brings people. Aggressively relaxing. This is a troll. Here he goes. By the way, he's not a troll. He's an actual account you should all be checking out. But he says to me, there's a right way and a wrong way to make art, and people who don't follow my rules are going to hear about it. Again, that was not the point of my video. I didn't say that there's rules of how to make art. I was just explaining how a race swap in 2003 was not an everlasting race swap. That was the point of the video, that it didn't elevate any characters who look like Marco Clark Duncan if you read the details of the video. Then I said I challenged him to say something good coming out of the race swap. And then he said the movie. It's not what I was going for, but he did answer the question. If I've got a problem, it's the way I ask the question. Anyway, that's the video. Check me out. Everyone like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm going to go watch LB now. Deuces. And watch that ad too.